Welcome to this Pilates session. Just to remind everybody, just to have a quick look at the intro, just to give you some parameters as to what we're doing with this channel. And this particular session, please be able to do double tabletop comfortably before you actually try to do this. And also that you keep nice and safe, nothing should hurt. So let's get started. So lying down on your back, finding your neutral. So having your feet parallel, knees parallel. Think about your neutral pelvis. So let's just start by doing some pelvic tilting here. Just feel the back go into the mat and then release away. Into the mat and release away. And then come halfway between those two. Keep your shoulders open and wide. Chins get tucked in. Back of the neck nice and long. And then take both arms up over your head. As you do this, remember you're not allowed to flare those ribs. So keep those abdominals engaged. Find length through your arms. Try and keep your elbows as straight as possible. And then take both arms to 90 and find some nice openness through the front of your chest as you open your arms out. Bring them back up. And again, open and wide. And back to the top. And again, open and wide. And back to the top. Take them now into surrender position. Your hands don't necessarily have to touch the ground, but try and get 90 at your shoulders and 90 degrees at your elbow. Keep the ribs back down in neutral. Zip your feet together and take both knees over to the left. Find some nice length between your shoulder blade right the way down the body to the knee. Try and keep your shoulder blade on the right side on the floor. Bring it back through the center using your abdominals and change to the other side. Find some length, keep the shoulder blade down. Just take it to your range of movement. Enjoy the stretch all down the side of the body. Bring the knees back to the center and allow both knees to open out wide. Keep drawing down through the ribs so that back doesn't flare away. Keep thinking about the center. Just allow the muscles to relax here and feel open. A couple of breaths. Bring the knees back together. Hook one knee into your chest and send the other leg away along the mat. Feel nice and long through the front of the lengthened leg. Draw the other knee into the chest. And send this leg up to the ceiling, or up to the sky in my case, and point and flex the toe. Remember, as you pull your toes down towards your nose, you'll get this feeling of length all the way down. Keep the pelvis really anchored back into the mat. And let's change sides. Place that foot down. Lift your other knee, give it a nice hug, send the leg away. Feel long through the front of the thigh of your mat leg. And then the one that you're hugging, stretch up to the ceiling and point and flex the toe. Don't be too vicious with this stretch, as you pull your toes down towards your nose, it's a very strong stretch for the back of the leg. And then bring both knees in, just give them a bit of a cuddle and just rock from side to side. And then place one foot down, followed by the second foot down. Let's take opposite arm to leg up to 90 degrees. So up to 90 and back down. So the shoulder is 90, the hip is 90, and so is the knee. And our deep abdominals are just engaged just to hold our pelvis still, so we're not lifting away from the floor and our back is secure. progress this to straightening the arm over your head as you lengthen the leg away. Feel long here. That center shouldn't change. The ribs shouldn't flare and the abdominals engage a little further to keep your back exactly where you put it at the beginning. Make sure that your legs stay in tram line positions and don't drift into midline. Let's carry on doing the same legs, but add 2 arms with each leg movement. So 2 arms, 1 leg. Keep thinking about being strong through the center. Don't let the ribs flare and keep your neck and shoulders relaxed. Let's just do a couple more. Last one. And we'll go straight into double tabletop. So engaging the deep abdominals, especially on that second leg lift. So take one leg to tabletop, engage deeper as you bring your second leg up. Let the leg just drift to double tabletop. And then one foot down and the second foot down. Keep alternating your start leg and let's add in your opposite arm to leg. So, come up, up, down, down. Change your lead leg. Keep the breath nice and even here. Don't hold your breath. And remember to keep the ribs down, abdominals engaged, so that back stays nice and still. On the next time you lift your legs, leave them up in double tabletop. And from here we're going to take our opposite arm to leg over your head. So opposite arm, leg extends out from here. Stretch away. As we do this, we must remember to keep your abdominals nice and strong. You don't have to straighten the leg completely if you can't keep your neutral centers. Just work to your own level. And you can always place one foot down and do this in a single manner as you did earlier if you're starting to get tired. Remember to keep your legs in their own tram lines and keep the breathing going. Breathe out. Breathe out. Remember, the lower the leg, the harder it is. So modify as you need. We're going to do the last few with 2 arms going over your head. This is slightly more difficult. So keep checking that your spine is still down into the mat. Nothing should hurt here. Let's do a few more. Two more. Last one. And then place one foot down, followed by the second foot down. Keep your arms here, feet back in neutral, abdominals control. We're going to do a bent knee fall out with the opposite arm opening out. Take it open and back. And open and back. Everyone keep going with their arms and legs. I just want you to remind you that this part of your pelvis here must be level and still. Don't allow it to move with the leg. So don't allow it to lift as you do. Okay, this is wrong. Keep that abdominal and middle of you completely still. If you're unsure, drop your arms and bring them back to your pelvis just to double check. If you come to my classes, you'll know what I mean. It's always the side in Pilates that you're not moving. You just need to double check that you're not got any movement happening here. One more each side. Last one. Good. Take one leg to tabletop, followed by the second leg to tabletop. And we're going to do this very same exercise in double tabletop now. So taking your arms back up to 90, take your opposite arm, opposite leg, open, and together, and open, and together. Good. Open. Back to tabletop. Just make sure you haven't drawn your knees in any further than your 90 degrees. And make sure that that pelvis is staying level all the time. No rotating of the pelvis. It's always the side of the legs that are not moving that you need to be aware of. Keep the breath. Let's just do a few more of these. Trying to relax the shoulders, keep deep abdominal work going. Let's do one more each side. Good. Place one foot down, followed by the second foot down. Just take your arms into surrender position again. And we're just going to do our hip twist level 2 without both knees going to one side and then the other. Just with these arms, but using it much more of a flow, so we're using our abdominals to achieve the movement. So from here, take both knees over to one side. Keep them stacked on top of one another so that top foot is actually coming off the ground. And use your abdominals to bring you back. So we allow the pelvis, the lower back and the bottom of the ribs to lift. And then use that bottom rib to bring you back using your abdominals. Good, and again, over we go. Keep the rhythm, but don't allow too much just of a flick. Try and actually keep the control here. Lifting that top leg each time. Using your abdominals, keeping your neck and shoulders nice and relaxed in this position. Good. Last one then. And then bring it back to the center. This time bring your arms and your legs back up to 90 degrees, double tabletop. And zip your knees together now. And now you're going to take both knees over to one side with the opposite arm going out to the side. So open the arm, let the knees come to one side. Bring it back to the center and changing sides. And bring it back to the center. Open. And again, make sure that you haven't drawn your knees any closer than 90. And if anybody wants to just modify slightly easier, just bring your hands down to the side, but try not to use them by pushing down. Just try and keep them really relaxed and soft here. So this is the easier arm position. Taking the arms up to here and opening your arm out is slightly more challenging. One more each side. Last one. Leaving your legs at double tabletop, just taking them out into parallel position again. Just allow a toe in the water with your opposite arm coming down to the mat. So the toe in the water, right leg, left arm. Come back to double tabletop. Right arm, left leg. And back up. As you do this, make sure that your pelvis does not roll with you. So as the toe goes down, this pelvis stays strong here. Don't allow the pelvis to change its posture here. Use your abdominals to control this. This should not feel uncomfortable at all. Stay strong and allow the legs to feel light by centering and engaging your abdominals. Keep the breathing going and relax through your neck and shoulders. Keep at this place if you want, or if you want to make it slightly harder, just take your foot slightly further away from your buttock. Again, keeping those abdominals, holding your center nice and strong. Let's do a few more. One more each side. And then place one foot down, followed by the second foot down. Well done. Just straighten out your legs and straighten out your arms away from you. Feel long along your mat. Try and get as much of you down onto the mat as you possibly can, and really stretch out here. Enjoy the length of the front of your body. And then bringing your knees back, bring your hands back. Let's just take one last set of exercises here in this position. So let's go back up to double tabletop one last time. And from here, just take your hands to your ears, and you're going to lift up and then straightening your right leg, reach with your left hand. Bring it back down. Other side. Reach and down. So we've got this lovely rotation with control. Reach and release. Keep the chin tucked in. Don't pull on your neck. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Good. Keep going. Reach and down. And reach and down. And reach and down. And reach and down. Four more. 4, down, 3, down, 2, down. Last one. But just stay here now in your double tabletop and just extend one leg away and back. Keep the chin tucked in, keep the elbows open, keep working deep into those abdominals. Good. Again. And down. Try and relax through your neck and shoulders. Use your abdominals to control this. Rest when you've had enough. Just pushing this foot out. Well done. We've got this. Let's do 4 more. And back. Relax the back of your neck. Keep strong. Keep the chin tucked in. 1 more each side. Last one. Well done. Hug both knees into the chest and just rock from side to side. Nice. Well done. Okay, let's go on to your side now. So let's have you all lying on your left hand side. Reach your bottom arm out, then your head, and then your cushions, and then your head. And just bend the bottom leg very slightly. Make sure that the 2 bony bits are facing the wall that's in front of you. And then from here, just going to reach up and down. So remember with this, that the kneecap faces forward, the pelvis faces forward. And again, reach up and down. And lift and down. Lift and down. And lift. This time all the way over your over the head with your arm. Reach and lift and stay here. And then bring it all the way back down. And again, reach and lift. Wait here. And then all the way back down. One more time. And all the way back down. Let's just do a quad stretch in this position. Just hook this bottom knee up a little bit and then take hold of the foot and press that foot back. Opening out down the front of this hip and lengthening through the quad. Try not to have the leg up. Try and keep it level with your pelvis and push back. But keep your tummy tight so that your lower back doesn't arch. And then and straighten, and let's swap sides. Let's just do the same thing on this side now. Arm, pillow, head. Straighten that top leg, and from here reach up and down. Make sure the kneecap faces forward, toes are pointed, and the bony bits of your pelvis are also facing your front. And reach and down and reach and down. Now all the way over your head, really reach and stretch and come back down. Don't be tempted though to sit back through your pelvis like this. Keep that pelvis pressed forward and reach. Last time. And reach. And down. Just have that bottom knee bent up, take hold of the top foot and press that hip back, opening out through the thigh. Sorry, got cramp. Well done, just hold that stretch. Nice work, and release. Good job. Let's have you rolling over onto your tummy. So from here, take your hands by your shoulders and push up into a cobra stretch. Just after all of that work on our backs, we just need to let the spine stretch in the opposite direction. And release down. Good. Breath in. Find some nice openers all the way down the spine. And breath out. Good. And again. Keep the shoulders drop, lengthen through the neck, long neck. And release down. Last one. Lift up. And release down. Brilliant. Come up onto all fours, hands and knees. And from here we'll just mobilize the spine by doing some thread the needle. So with your right hand, reach out to the side, reach it up to the ceiling or the sky if you're outside, and take it all the way through, as if somebody's reaching and pulling on your hands. And again, reach up to the sky, and then stretch and reach through. And again, reach up and reach through. Last one, reach up and reach through. Good, swap sides. Left arm reaches up and through. Find the rotation in that thoracic spine. Try and keep your pelvis neutral. One more, reach up and release down. Good. Sit back into child's pose. So sitting back into a shell stretch here, really stretch and reach. Try and reach your arms out as far as you can and sitting your tailbone down as far as you can. Come back and we're just going to do a few, if you just tuck your toes underneath and bring your hands back to your tabletop position, just going to lift and hover your knees off the ground and lower back down. Push the ground away through your shoulders and have your neck in neutral. Lift up and down. Lift up and down. Two more. Lift up and down. Last one. Lift up and down. Well done. You can either stick with that same exercise, or just to make it slightly harder, just take your hands out 6 inches, tuck your toes underneath, come from a hover, push yourself out to a plank, back to a hover, and out to a plank. Hover, Remember, with your plank we want flat backs, engaging those abdominals at the bottom. 2 more. Last one. Drop the knees down, come back into a shell stretch. Just lie back over onto your back. In these little series, I'm actually going to do all the standing work as one little group. So we'll just go down onto the mat and just cool back down. So lying down on your mat, just take your arms back to surrender and just take both knees over to the left and straighten that right leg out at the top. Just allow that right leg just to relax down and help you open out a little further. Keep the shoulder blade of the right shoulder down on the ground. And just breathe here and let that nice stretch happen. Bring this knee back, come back through the center, change to the right. Straighten out that left leg, allow the leg to hang and hover. Just let the weight of the leg do the stretching. Keep your left shoulder blade down on the mat. And just breathe here. Bring that top knee back and bring both knees back together. Just allow both knees to open out and just take both arms and stretch them over your head. Keep the chins tucked in and feel long through the back of your neck. Come back to your center. Hug one knee in and lengthen the other leg away. And change sides. Hug the other knee in and lengthen the other leg away. Feeling long through the front of your thigh there. Take both legs away now. Take both arms over your head and find nice length here. Open out through these thighs. Couple of nice breaths. See how much of your spine, how much of your body you can now sink down into the mat. Bring your hands back down by your sides. Have your palms facing up to the ceiling. Just bring your feet back to neutral and find your nice neutral position. If you want to at this point, see if you can take your head cushions away. Keep your chins tucked in and feel open through your shoulders. If that doesn't feel good, keep your head cushions where they were. Just try and melt down into the mat here. Maybe close your eyes. And just find some nice even breath. Stay in this position for as long as you like. And then waggle your fingers and toes and slowly come up into sitting. Well done everyone for joining me for this Pilates session. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it's brought you back to some of your classes that you come to, and we shall put some more on here very soon. Thanks for joining me. Have a lovely day.